start. Okay, great. Okay, it topic it spiritual tools. It's in tools for spiritual communication. Yes. Now, I would like to start over something that repeatedly most people have come and said here, and I felt from the Christendom we haven't responded to this thing, and I feel ukuthi iyadinga ukuthi ithole response ukuze what, because when I look another thing, Islam people and that other religion, Keseva, I forgot this, Krishna, yes, they do quote their books, their sources. Smanga was here, he quoted Quran, Bhagavad Gita. What is that book? There's this book, they do quote it. So, and then when I was here, I ended up quoting my Bible because I come from. So I figured out to put it. In this symposium, you are not limited, you are not blocked, Bible and stuff like that. But however, I'm not a person who likes to argue, but when an argument comes on me, I take on it and I respond to it. I'm able to engage. So I remember from when I was a child, from my youngest age, there were these guys, Rastafarians. They used to call themselves that they are conscious people, So those guys, they would pack up a car, to come and argue me, So and they would call me forth so that they can argue me on my Christianity. Now in that argument, something that was happening there was that this was so funny. I was denied permission to speak on the Bible. I was not allowed to quote my Bible. They told me never to use the Bible as a source. You see? So, with me, if I have to stand for my belief, I still took them head on. I still took them head on without even the Bible. So, even if you can want to argue me without the Bible, I will still give you, facts and rich arguments that you wish to receive. You see? But here we are allowed to quote the Bible. So, I will quote it. I said there is this thing that has been said here. Most people, they've been saying, I would say mostly, particularly from the Muslim guys, that Jesus Christ is not God. That they have been saying it richly and many times. So I felt that I should say also my sentiments over that thing to start today's topic, that they say Jesus Christ is not God. And we hold strong that Jesus Christ is God. You see. So what would I say about that? Why do we say Jesus Christ is God? My first reason I would say, this is not an argument. I wish to be deep with it. Reason being, really, if God is God, if you look at the character, the behavior of God, He's not somebody who likes to prove himself or to defend himself. God can do something. Maybe somebody argues him this year, and then the answer he releases it after 100 years, shows another generation to show that he had it, but chose not to give us. So God is not easy to predict always. You see. So that's why I feel that Jesus Christ being God, it's not an argument that I wish to go that deep to defend somebody, that if he is God, he has to defend himself, he has to prove himself. But as to myself, why do I believe that? You see, I believe that because according to the book of Mark 16:17, Jesus Christ said, those who believe in his name, they shall cast out demons. So I'm able to grab a person who's got demons, and he says they shall cast out demons in his name. So with the name of Jesus alone, I'm able. That means if you can practice believing in Jesus and say, I believe in Jesus Christ, and then confront people who've got demons. When you say, you demon in this person, come out, those demons will come out in the name of Jesus. So I found the name of Jesus Christ so powerful, I call it to pray for myself to be healed. When I say in the name of Jesus Christ, be healed, I've recovered many times. I've prayed for so many people, so using the name of Jesus Christ. So I believe that Jesus Christ is God because he said in Matthew chapter number 24, when you go through it, there's a verse that says, in the latter days, in the last days, false Christ shall come. Says people will come faking themselves, and it's happening. So many things that Jesus Christ, he said, I can quote them over and over, they are happening today. And that is the main reason I believe in the Bible, because the Bible spoke history before it happened, and history happened. And there are things that so many things were leading in the biblical prophecy, things that were prophesied, what Russia is doing, it was prophesied in the Bible. So many things that are happening today in the Bible that were spoken before. So it's a book I trust, I believe into, vehemently so should I say. So now, if I should now enter into the topic spiritual tools. Tools for spiritual communication. First, for me to define the word spirituality, because it's spiritual communication. I will tackle it from there. So to me, spirituality, when we are saying something is spiritual, to me, it's actually the unseen reality. It's something that's realistic, that's there, it exists, but people cannot see it. Right? So now, we want to communicate with that thing. In other words, we want to have, a response from that world. If there's something realistic in the world where we cannot see, we cannot touch, we cannot know, we cannot feel anything in there, but we want to find a response from that side. So how are we to do that? Surely for sure, we do need some tools, my good sir. We do need some tools. So I do not want to lie. Unfortunately, the spiritual world, where there are unseen reality, I was listening to Simon Aliso quoting a Quran verse. I liked that verse. We said, it was my first time hearing it said, we said, I am more closer to you than what? Than your what? Your what? Jugular vein. Vein, right? God is closer to you than what? Your jugular vein. In the Bible school, we are taught that God is actually the one who initiates a covenant. There's something we call a covenant, an agreement with God. So for you to have an agreement with God, God is the one who Abraham never went to God. God came to Abraham. So that agrees with the fact that in the unseen world, that world is closer to us than we can be closer to even ourselves. So the idea to use the tool to figure out that spiritual communication, we have to study a perspective of that which reaches us before we reach it. Then it is from understanding that process we can tell what is left for us. Because if this thing normally finds us before we find it, and then we need to know how do we then start that thing, because we are here wanting to start something that has started itself before we started ourselves. When you are aware that it is in your mother's womb, you are only able to live there without your head. But in your mother's womb, you do live, because in your mother's womb, first thing that's created there is your heart. Where are the hands? Where are the eyes? Where is the brain? Today, when they shoot your head, you die instantly. But in your mother's head, in your mother's womb, You don't need that head, yet you are alive and you are still coming. You are yet to kick. You are yet to talk. That is the idea, a best example to understand that we are on earth with somebody who has arrived to us before we arrived to ourselves. Indeed, God has arrived on us before we arrived on ourselves.